Yeah, good morning. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Saturday, the 11th of September 2021. Happy birthday, Leanne. This is my weekly analysis video where I go over all of the pairs I'm trading on the Forex charts on the daily time frame using my high probability and divergence methods as per my books. Now, hopefully you won't hear too much background noise. There is a fair bit of rain outside. We have a storm off the coast of Da Nang here in Vietnam. Not only are we in strict lockdown, we're getting hammered by a tropical depression of sorts. But anyway, all good. Good for a change from the heat. All right, let's get into it. So first up, before we go into the actual charts, big welcome to anyone that's joined the YouTube channel lately. Thanks for that. Also, everyone's more than welcome to join the JAGfx Facebook group or Telegram channels. And now I'm also posting my stuff on Matt from Family Man Trading's Discord channel. So plenty of options with regards to seeing these trade calls. Every trade call I make is called at the time, not after the fact. And I do these videos to discuss how we'd look at trade management on those trade calls. So not only do I post the actual trade setups, including screenshots, we do make reference every now and then to how we've managed trades, etc. And that's all through the Facebook group, Telegram channel, and Discord channels. So everyone's more than welcome to join them. Thanks for watching these videos. I know they're not the most exciting videos on the planet, but if you do like them or get value from them, could you please hit the subscribe button or the like button? That'd be greatly appreciated. So first up, let's have a look at the news ahead for the week. This is the Forex Factory Economic Calendar. It's just a free calendar. All you got to do is sign up with your email address, and then you can set it up to suit your own, filter it to suit your own needs. So I only need to see the high impact events, which are red, or the medium impact events, which are orange. It's in my local time, so I know there's no confusion with time conversions. I'm in Vietnam, so most of it's good times for me actually with time zone. I think Australia is probably the best time zone you can be in, which is 3 years difference to me. Anywho, let's have a look. Nothing on Monday. Tuesday, high impact events. Talking head, just the Royal Bank of Australia's government speaking. Then we have CPI numbers out of the US on Tuesday, and also CPI out of the UK on Wednesday, and Canada on Wednesday too. So a lot of CPI figures. GDP out of New Zealand early Thursday morning, and probably the biggest mover possibly in the week is the employment numbers or unemployment numbers out of Australia on Thursday, and core retail sales out of the US on Thursday also, and Friday we finish with a bit of a whimper. So that's it for the news ahead, the week ahead. Remember, this is only scheduled news, so any unexpected news can move the markets, but if you're a day trader, it's best to be aware of these news events, especially the high impact ones. So just be careful there. All right, before we go on to the charts, let's have a look. I'll bring up this Word document. Now, there's a lot of lines, a lot of things on my charts you may not be aware of. Normally I put plenty of notes on my charts, as you'll see, as to my thoughts behind each trade setup. But there are indicators on the charts, like and this document here, you can pause the video and just read this, or you can come back to this, take a screenshot or whatever. It explains what the moving averages are. There's 3 moving averages. What the QMP filter is, that's the red and green dots on the chart. What red trend lines are, green trend lines, blue, grey vertical lines, how sell trades, how buy trades are all designated on the charts, stop losses, break even, and big numbers. So there's a bit of information there that just explains what all the different colours are, and also the MACD platinum, which is the bottom indicator on the charts, is a zero lag MACD, and it gives you just a brief overview there. So maybe if I remember, I'll bring this back up at the end of the video. Like I always say, I appreciate that English is not everyone's first language. So if you are having trouble understanding me, you just pause the video and go back to read the notes on the charts, etc. I've made plenty of notes, or you can slow the video down or speed it up, whatever you want to do. All right, so let's get on to the daily charts. This is a daily time frame. This is Trading View, where I do all my analysis. This is my watch list on the right. These are all the pairs I'm looking at. These two bottom ones are just more a curiosity, but everyone else up there is what I'm trading. If it's highlighted in light blue, means I've taken a trade on it and I've taken some action on that trade. Highlighting this color here, something I'm going to discuss in this video. Highlighting this orange means there's a new trade signal, and highlighting the dark blue means there's an open trade with no action taken yet, no trade management, no highlight, no trade. So there's only a couple of pairs with no trades. The watch list has got slightly bigger, I think, from the last time I did the video. Pound, USD, Euro AUD, and Aussie USD have been added. All right, so we'll just go through each trade individually, the ones that have got open trades, and we'll have a look at them. You'll see lots of notes on the charts. The main note you're interested in is the one that revolves around the daily signal. Normally it'll be titled, the pair, and the time frame there, so just read that. If you see stuff on the left like this, that's just something to do with my private trading. Don't worry about that too much. Geez, I'm having trouble talking. All right. So this is the AusCAD daily time frame. Now, we've got a buy signal here. This is designated. If you read that Word document, this is the blue lines. It's the buy. You can read the notes, like I said, as to why I took the buy and my thoughts about it. Just pause the video, read them if you wish. It's gone up nicely. This is against the high risk trade. It's going into the trend by the MAs. And the MACD platinum is only just below the zero level. So we had regular bullish divergence there, as by the green trend lines. Went up nicely, popped up, stayed up here. Now this grey vertical line just tells me there's a red dot on the MACD platinum. MACD platinum's above the zero level. And like I said in those notes, I'm generally looking to sell when it's above the zero level and buy when it's below the zero level. So sell when it's above, buy when it's below. It meanders through the zero level, the zero level being that grey dotted line there. So that's just a warning signal. And in the meantime, I'm drawing my trend lines in for a possible or potential divergence. In this case, it's potential hidden bearish divergence, which I love, my bearish divergence. It's a bit trickier to spot, but it's well worth it if you study and learn about hidden divergence. So until we get a red dot, one of these red dots on the QMP filter up here, we're still in this trade. In the meantime, I've moved my stop up on the buy, tightened it right up. I don't want to give away too much profit if I'm going against the trend. So that's AusCAD looking good in a buy, potentially setting up for a sell. All right, Aussie Japanese yen. All right, we're in a buy from here. This is the notes on this side. You can read the notes there. Buy signal from August the 25th. It's gone up nicely. You can see that similar to the AusCAD, regular bullish divergence. And now it's popped up, come up, and now it's bounced off here, and we took a sell here. Again, here's my notes for the sell, the date. And like I said, these are all called at the time. It's just about hasn't moved at all anyway. So the new candle for me is at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm not up at that time. Oh, actually I am the last few weeks, but generally I don't get up till 6. Then I call the trade, so it doesn't really matter. Not much happens in that first 2 hours anyway. So we've locked in some profit, taken half off the table on the buy. The sell is this one here, and I've left the buy on, and you can read my notes here. I'd leave the partial buy trade on if you can. I know some people can't because what jurisdiction you live in, and tighten up the stop as it gives you some protection. So we're in a full sell on the partial buy. This is just a stop for the sells up here. MACD platinum's a long way above the zero level, which is good. Aussie New Zealand highlighted in orange. There's a reason for that. All right, last trade was this buy here, high risk trade against the trend. You can see the notes there. Suggests a stop. Look, it's close with it, but I'm pretty sure it did. What's the low? Just look up here for the low and look here for my stop. So The low was 103.322 and the stop's 103. Yeah, so that's stopped out. Now, it's a sell. Geez, I'm having trouble talking. It's a sell signal on Monday, but I'm not going to take it. So this trade, this buy trade, I've taken a loss on it. And because it was such a high risk trade, you wouldn't have gone in with your full. So if you normally risk 2% on a trade, you'd only risk 0.5% or 1% on this trade. It was a high risk trade into a trend. Look at the MAs is spreading, but the only reason I took it is because the regular bullish divergence. Now that regular bullish divergence is still in play. So taking a sell trade here, even though the MACD is just above the zero level, I'm not liking the distance between price and the MAs. Look, it may continue down for a while, but it's not a high probability setup, even though it fits the criteria. It's probably one I would avoid and I will avoid. I'm not calling it. It's up to you whether you take it or not. I'm not, because I've still got this regular bullish divergence, and eventually that'll click in, because with regular divergence, that's normally a turning point. It may not happen the first time, may not happen the second time, may not happen the third, but it'll happen eventually. It's just not probably worth the risk, and as I said, price didn't go back to the MAs close enough. It's been a bit fickle, bit of a tough pair to trade lately. Look at this. This is heading down. MACD's heading up. So we're out of this out of this buy for a loss, but I'm avoiding the sell. I'll clean up this chart after the video. Aussie USD. Now, new trade signal on this on Monday. Now, the good thing, I'll just move this red line out of the way. The good thing about TradingView, one of the little quirks about TradingView is on a Friday close, it presents whatever dots, the QMP filter or the MACD Platinum, if it's that, on the Friday close. So I know exactly what's coming on Monday. MT4, MT5 don't do that. TradingView does, which I like. I really love it. So on Monday, I know there's going to be a sell signal here. Now, if it opens pretty well where it closed on Friday, I'm just going to take the sell. Now let's have a look at this. We're in a downtrend. Look at the MA, slightly down. My only concern is this is a higher high here. So it makes it a slightly higher risk trade, not a high risk trade, but slightly higher. We've got down, nice lower lows here, lower highs, but this is a slightly higher high. It's just market structure. So I like that the MACD Platinum's a long way above the zero level. So that's a good thing. Remember, we're looking to sell when it's above the zero level. And the dot on the MACD Platinum is actually a couple of candles before, which is good. Prices come back to the MAs, which is good. We had a slightly bearish candle on Friday, which is good. Look, you could make an argument that there's divergence here, and we'll just draw a trend line in. I don't know why I lost a few trend lines on TradingView over the last night. So that will line up there. So yeah, look, there is hidden bearish divergence, which is good. So from there to there and to there, from there to there, a little bit ugly looking, but that's definitely a hidden divergence. So, and another thing is this green line here is a big number. It's a 75-cent level. It's a big number on the Aussie. So it's come up to that and bounced off it. So there's a few factors there. So Monday, take the sell, stop just above the 75-cent level, and we'll go from there. So that's Monday. Unless it opens up drastically, like opens up down here, which I highly doubt, or up here, I highly doubt. As long as it opens pretty close to the close of Friday, that's a sell on Monday. CAD Swiss. All right, take your sweet time. TradingView. Yeah, I lost all my trend lines. I don't know why. Get rid of that one. Right, we're in the sell here. MA is all very tight, as you can see by my notes. Happy to trade in either direction. Sell signal here. Suggests the stop was up there. It popped up on Friday, but ended up on Friday down a bit. So going nowhere fast. You can see the sell there as a previous buy. So Euro Swiss. All right, we're in a previous buy from here. That's these notes up here. You can read that. I've already closed half. My initial stop would have been down here. Now the stop's moved up nice and tight. Friday, we got a sell. Again, it popped up against me, but it's came down nicely. And here's my notes on that Friday sell. So we've got a partial buy on and a new sell. And the sell was based on hidden bearish divergence. There's that same sort of setup as we showed before on the Aussie. Same sort of setup there. Again, slightly higher risk because we've got a higher high, even though market's going down, we've got a higher high here. Now, with hidden divergence too, it normally means a trend continuation. So that's what we're looking at here. So MACD Platinum's a long way above the zero level, took it, it's going nowhere fast, but we're locking in a bit of profit here. We've already taken some profit and we've got to stop up here. Euro Yen, another sell trade from Friday, similar deal, hidden divergence, slightly higher high, same sort of setup, very similar. A lot of these markets are all moving in sync together. There's very similar, we talk about correlation between the same currency. It seems to be a lot of the pairs all doing the same chart pattern. So it's just something to be aware of. Notice a lot lately. Euro USD, this is the big one everyone trades. What have we got here? We've got a buy here. You can read these notes here. I've already closed half, brought my stop up, nice and locking in a bit of profit on the second half. Took a sell during the week a few days ago. Went nowhere fast. Friday starting to go in my favour. New sell signal. Price didn't break this previous high, so we've got a double top or a resistance level up here. Slight hidden bearish divergence. Yeah, you can see that's a slightly, if you look at the angle there on the angle on the, it's slightly higher there. So it is a subtle hidden bearish divergence, which is good. And the MACD Platinum's good distance above the zero level. So looking good on the Euro USD. Pound Swiss, buy back here, just tighten it up. It's going nowhere fast. Remember, one of my trade management tools is the MACD Platinum going through the zero level. MAs are very flat. It's just a grind. And look, it's been range bound and still looks like it's range bound. Look at this. You can just extend these blue lines out. It popped down a couple of times through there, but not holding really, not breaking through. So we're just grinding away at the moment. You probably close half and bring the stop right up. It's going nowhere fast. Pound yen, another sideways, bit of sideways action here. Took the buy here, MACD Platinum through the zero level down here. Tighten it up. You could close half, not many pips on offer. Just tighten up the trade. Look at these tiny little, and this is probably one of the best trending pairs on the planet. And have a look at this last 3 weeks of absolutely tiny candles. That's just, the pound and the yen are just, finding common ground, I guess. Pound New Zealand. All right, we're going to sell here. This was in a range. Eventually the range broke, which was good. Took the sell, closed half, probably on this candle here, or possibly that candle, I'm not sure. It's broken down, found some sort of support down here, and we've got a buy signal on Friday. Keep the sell on for some protection if you can. Took the buy, going nowhere fast, but MACD Platinum's a long way below the zero level, which is good. Normally when it gets to extremes, it'll eventually come back to the zero level. So when it gets down a long way away, that's what you want, like a rubber band heading back. Not always the case, but a lot of the times. New Zealand CAD. This was a buy. This is a bit range bound also. Eventually broke the range, which was nice. And we've on this, once it broke here, we would have closed half, brought the stop up. The initial stop would have been down here somewhere. Would have brought it up in here. Now we're up above this blue line. And we're just bringing it up. In the meantime, we've got a red dot on the MACD Platinum with the MACD Platinum above the zero level. So that's the warning line. It means I'm in sell mode or looking for sells. But in the meantime, we'll ride this buy up as far as we can. USD Japanese yen, one pair that's absolutely doing my head in lately on the daily chart. Has nice little bursts, but then it goes into absolutely rubbish. And this is one of these rubbish times. We're just pounding along inside this range here, going nowhere fast. So let's have a look where we're at. We took this buy in here. Look at the MACD platinum, and you can read my notes. I was in a previous sell trade out of it. This buy went nowhere. Look at this, up and down. Popped up here. You think starting to get excited. The MACD platinum through the zero level. Tighten up the stop. Close half if you can, or just tighten up the stop. And we get this sell signal on Friday. Again, read my notes there. Not a great setup. Small position size. You're going to, look, being a tough pair to trade. You close the buy. It's up to you. You can just avoid it and wait for a breakout, or wait till it gets back, starts trending again. But we'll keep your position sizes really small. Don't expect too much. All right, USD Singapore Dollar. Now, this one, I think this would be close to being stopped out. So let's have a look at this. We would have had a buy here, and you probably got away with a partial close when it got up to this sort of level here. And if you hadn't got out, you would have definitely got out on this one. The sell signal is not valid, even though in hindsight, you probably could look at that sell as a possible double top. But generally, I like to see the MACD platinum on the other side of the zero level. But if you're a double top trader, that's an excellent trade set up there. Now, you would have got in here, say, for example, and rode this down nicely. And with double tops, double bottoms, they normally move the same sort of distance again, so it's probably ideal. Anywho, moving on. We've got this buy trade here, which I like, because we already had one with hidden bullish divergence, and we had a second one with hidden bullish divergence. But I did nominate a stop, and that stop, you can see the number there, 33794. Now, let's have a look at the low on Friday. Now look up here for the low, so compare the two numbers, 33794 and 33801. Now, whether that got stopped out or not, now I know the spreads widen on Friday nights, but they normally widen to the ask side, not the bid side. So look, that's touch and go, whether it's stopped out or not. It possibly could have been, possibly not. Now, let's assume it wasn't. We're still in this buy trade. The MACD platinum still a long way below the zero level, and it's not going. It still wants to go up. Look, we've had the MACDs remain below the zero level. Now, if we were stopped out, what we can do, for example, is draw a trend line. I'll just go with a basic one, say across these highs here, something like that. On the world's worst trend line draw, Jim. There we go. Something like that. It's not an exact science trend line drawing, so don't get too anal about it. Now, this candle here, Friday, it did pop down, and that looked like it popped down probably early in the day, not at the end, because it's closed higher. And if it pops up and we get a close, a buy, and this green QMP dot remains in place, then you can look at taking another buy if you were stopped out. You know what I mean? That's just another option of looking for a potential re-entry into this trade if you were stopped out. So just be careful there. So that's the USD Singapore Dollar. I know a lot of people probably don't trade it, but I don't mind it actually. It moves pretty nicely. It's not too good on the lower time frames due to my huge spreads on the crappy platform I'm using, but on the daily, not an issue. All right, let's go to a couple of the more gold. I know there's a lot of gold traders out there, so let's have a look what I think about gold. I don't actually trade it as much these days, but I do follow the chart. So let's have a look. Had a buy back here, which went up nicely, and we've actually had some good success with trades on gold. If you look back through my previous videos. So the buy's gone up, popped up, got to this previous high here, which I called, and we've moved our stop up nice and tight. It's possibly close to being stopping out. Took the sell here, went nowhere fast. You can read the notes on the sell here, 8th of September. Starting to head in the right direction now. MACD platinum above the zero level, big resistance, point or triple top, whichever way you want to call it. Stop up here, some protection on this buy. So it's looking all right on gold. Supports the technicals well, gold. You know, support, resistance, it's a lot of people look at gold. All right, now just for a bit of curiosity, US 500, which is just the US stock market, the perfect uptrend. It's unbelievable. Like I always say, just take the buys if you just want to be safe. But these little sells present every now and then, as we talk about. And here's another one for a few days back. MACD platinum above the zero level. Again, regular bearish divergence. Might get a few pips out of it. MACD platinum's now through the zero level. Look at closing up. Price is getting back to the 50. Again, look at that. It's you know, if you had a time machine, just go back and you could just kill this if we all had a time machine. All right. So that's the US 500. Just be careful taking shorts though, because, you know, the central banks just pump money in. Bailout packages, all sorts of shenanigans. Right, Bitcoin. We've got this big price going up. MACD going down. Divergence, and bang, look at that. This level here is the 50,000 level. There was talk about some country, I think it's a Central American country, I can't remember if it's Venezuela or El Salvador, I don't know, I can't remember, taking on Bitcoin as an official currency, and they were blaming that for the move. I'm not sure whether that's a thing or not. So we've got this, and it dropped down, and look, if you take that signal, it's up to you. It's a volatile beast of trade. Let's have a look where bullish. What's this set up here for? So yeah, we're looking at possible setup here for hidden bullish divergence. I'll just adjust them. So there's a low there, is it? Yeah. So we just keep on adjusting these every day, and the reason I just do this every day, and eventually, say for example, this comes right down here. It's no longer valid, just remove them from the chart, but it gives you a heads up what's coming, that's all. It's just a bit of preparation, as I always say. So it's Bitcoin. So that's the charts. Now, if you're confused by any of the colours, lines, indicators, etc., here's a list here. Like I said, everyone's more than welcome to join the JAGfx group, Telegram channels, or Matt's from Family Man Trading's Discord channel. Any questions you have, I'm more than happy to answer. You can message me anytime. I'm available through the website. There's email contact address there. It's admin@jagfx.com. Just fire away any questions. Happy to discuss anything trading and help where I can. That's nearly 30 minutes, guys. Enjoy the weekend, guys and girls, that is. Enjoy the weekend all. Stay safe wherever you are. And if you do like this video, like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I am looking at new video software. I've actually pulled my finger out of my you-know-what and getting onto it. So hopefully in the next week, you might see a slight change. All right. Cheers. Thanks for watching.